Welcome in day two, Capital and Cashflow Summit.
Since days are under rules, never lose.
Come on in, come on in, come on in. First, your doors are open. Let's get those cameras on. Let's go.
To us, wanna do us, screw us, who us? Yeah, Papa and Pump. Close like Starsky and Hutch, stick and clutch. Yeah, I squeeze 3 at your cherry M3, bang every MC easily. Frontin' ain't saying nothing, so I just speak my peace, keep my peace. Cubans with the Jesus peace, with my peace. Packing, after you want it, you got it, you on it. That Brooklyn bull, we on it.
Can't you see? Sometimes your world is hypnotizing, and I just love your flashy ways. Guess that's why they're broken. You're so mean.
Let's get those cameras on. We get started at the top of the hour, y'all, ladies and gentlemen. Top of the hour. Let's vibe one time before we get started. Let's go.
When the pimp's in the crib, ma, drop it like it's hard. Drop it like it's hard. Drop it like it's hard. When the pigs try to get at you, park it like it's hard. Park it like it's hard. Park it like it's hard. And if a get an attitude, pop it like it's hard. Pop it like it's hard. Pop it like it's hard. I got the rollie on my arm and I'm pouring Sean down and I'm over best cause I got it going on.
I'm a nice dude with some nice dream. See these ice cubes, see these ice creams. Eligible bachelor, $1 million bow. That's whiter than.
Let's pick it up. Let's pick it up. Happy Tuesday. Capital and Cashflow Summit.
Like suicide, what's rare? I can exercise you. This could be your phys ed. Cheat on your man, man. That's how you get a his ed.
I'm on the rock right now. The name is Hov and I came to shake the town. Yeah, your boy's internationally known. But I'm from the hood, got a pocket full of stones. I used to cop raw bait, turn it into easy rock, just to stay Dougie fresh.
Let's get those cameras on. Where we checking in from? Fawn checking in from ATL. Where we checking in from? Let's go.
I mastered the D with connects to the Midwest, so I'm heavy in the D. Your boy still snoop around since the pup. I've been corrupting with the dog pound.
Brooklyn in the building. What up, PK?
Only thing I keep the job done. There's no big. I'm just a king now.
It's a problem.
What's up, Jersey?
Good looking out, ho.
To just be the star of the party,
do
man.
know that. 2010, Big Snoop Dogg at it again.
Capital Cashflow. Day 2, cameras on, y'all.
Hey, look, I'm only in town for a night. But when I pull up in the crowd, get
New Rochelle, New York. I see you. What up?
like a movie, but I'm moving my life, and I'm the life of the party.
Every time I show
I'm the
up,
life of the party.
every time I blow
I'm the
up,
life of the party.
every time I show
I'm
up,
the life of the party.
every time I blow up.
Let's go.
Time to switch up, but don't drink all my liquor. You know it's all good.
914. That's right.
1 second, I'll pose for your picture. Like cheese. Then everybody just freeze. Then DJ, bring the music.
Got to do it.
Gladiator, what's up? What's up? What's up? Dr. Gwen is in the building. CEO Daniel, what's up? Divine Family Group, what's up? Happy Tuesday. Let's work, y'all.
Go down, lady. Let you know from the gate, I don't go down, lady. I want a chick with thick hips and licks to lips. She could be the office type, but like the strip. Girl, you get me aroused, how you look in my eye. But you talk too much, man, you're ruining my high. I don't wanna lose the feeling, cause
Sunshine, what's up, Sunshine?
and you looking good for the getting, I'm a rider. Whether in a hoodie or a linen, a provider. You should see the jury on my women, and I'm living it up. The squad stay filling the truck with chicks that's willing to chill with us. You say you got a man and you're in love, but what's love got?
Who's locked in on day 2? Drop the word locked in. If you're locked in on day 2, Capital Cashflow Summit. What you say?
That's love. Got to do with it, man.
To my crew, it's gon' replay approved. After 3 rounds, we gon' party till it's red or
We vibing, we catching the vibe on day 2. If y'all been getting games so far, drop the word game in the chat. If you've been getting games so far, we only 2 days in. Drop the word game for me.
staring at me instantly as I walk into this city. I can feel you digging me with your glass of Remy. You had one too many, but still I'm impressed with your wild out in me. It's a party, and
we gonna be interactive. Go ahead and get in that chat. Get in that chat. Type the word game.
Ain't no delay in what I'm saying.
Where my entrepreneurs, my CEOs, my millionaires, multi-millionaires, get in the game. Let's go.
You can follow if you choose. See, ain't nothing changed since the days of the queue, except the elimination of one or two up my crew. Yeah, it's you, but true, I got the browse on through. You can catch me at the bar, being shady to my old crew. How I do, make moves like a shoe. Catch me on the rebound, maybe at the tunnel. Yo, a party and a party in this rain.
It's a party on this side. That's right.
We play a proof. After 3 rounds, we gon' blow off this roof. A party and a party till it's ran on through. Now a party and a party till it's ran on through. And leave it to my crew, it's gonna be play a proof. After 3 rounds, we gon' blow off this roof. A party and a party till it's ran on through.
So she from the cab. Down the whole bottle of Henny, peeping shorties in my business, seeing many.
Cameras on, we get started in 9 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. I see we got a lot of people with their cameras off before we get started. If you can, get your camera on, get your camera on. That is your attendance, your face card is your attendance tonight. Let's go.
Shorty rock is you down, to go hard with the jam a whole round. You see, I have my eyes on you from way across the room. You look so good from over here. I can smell your perfume. I assume if I try to come and get you think that I was only out to hit you. She use an intelligent chick with an innocent type of smile. Held my temptations back for a while. Told my brother Charlie, I'll be back here. I Speedy Lewis fit nice to wash my jacket. Nigga touched to my lips, put the drink in my hand. Took a sip.
Let's take it out. Let's take it out.
Cause
That's how we do. I go from Chicago, from VU. I give a shout out to my whole crew. From New York City to Chicago too.
homeboy, I came to party. Your girl was looking at me.
How many of y'all work today? But you gonna work harder for yourself than you do anybody else? Drop the word work in the chat. If you work today, but you gonna work harder for yourself than anybody else, drop work in the chat.
What you trying to do?
Yo, NR, pop beat, say what?
Work in the chat.
With his manager Chris and the label the jam, still flossing, showing your rocks. Ain't you dudes heard Grammy, man, we stole your watch. It go Indian style, deep bent and down, CT. Strapped with the baby, BT. Juicy at the bar, looking good in the brown dress. Order 6, send them things in the ground, yeah. But I'm all thugged out, loud and clear. 7 straight Henny, just grab me a beer. You see I'm repping that.
I run, said I did 12-hour shift every day. You're still in the chat. You're still in the room. Somebody put no excuses in the chat. Put no excuses in the chat. We don't got no excuses on this side. Let's go.
I came to party. Your girl was looking at me. She's a haggler, no, I'm not.
Always have time to work on the business. Keep the main thing the main thing.
What you wanna do? What you trying to do? What you wanna do? What you trying to do?
Hit you with no delay into what you saying, yo. Silly with your ass, Jimmy with the dilly, yo. When I be on the mic, yes, I do my duty, yo. While up in the club, I do down in the studio. You don't wanna violate, baby, really get you. I'm a mean thug, dealing in.
That's right, no excuses in the chat.
Type of brother that'll slap you with the tulio.
Off a 12-hour shift, still in the room. That's the energy that it takes to get to the next level, y'all.
Make me wanna get all in the booty, yo. Top mistress of the banging misses and videos. While I'm with my feet like we up in the freak shows. Hit you with this shit, make you feel it all in your toes. Hot shh, got all my people in red clothes. Dial on my metaphors when I formulate my flows. If you don't know, you're messing with lyrical player pros like
Really
that.
wanna party with me? That means see what you got for me. Put all your hands in my eyes.
Cameras on, day 2, Capital and Cashflow Summit.
If you really
From Mel to Mobile, big bro, what up?
me, see what you got for me. Put all your hands with my eyes to see. Straight bucks ballin' in the place to be. If you really wanna party with me, ain't gonna be trust. There is a must that you heard of us and we murdered us. Cause I'm a fool, I'm the mysterious. I mean, in my unit, deal with this so mysterious.
Let's pick it up for the last 5 minutes. Let's pick it up, y'all.
Walking around fearing us. Front, baby, but you don't wanna be hearing us. Gotta listen to Harry, he'll be playing us.
Come on. Bring 'em out, hey. Bring 'em out, Bring 'em out, hey. Bring 'em out,
VIP
coming live from the VIP. Heard the nightlife, lost life without me.
That's right, cameras on, cameras on. Energy is up, y'all. High energy equals high results. Need the energy high. I need those cameras on. Sunshine, safe travels. I know you on road. Safe travels. If you just now joining the chat, where you checking in from? I want to see some cities in there. I want to see some states. With just now joining the chat, let us know where you checking in from. Where the next cash flow millionaire coming out of what city?
Bring them out, let's go. Bring them out, boys yelling. Bring them out, put the back cage yelling. Bring them out,
Columbus, Maryland, Harlem, New York City, Harlem, USA. What up? Wilson, North Carolina, Arkansas, LA. Kyron is out of ATL. I'm in ATL. We work hard in ATL. That's right, Kyron. ATL, what up? Illinois is back in the chat. Let's go.
It's clear to see that I'm ahead of my time. I caught the chromed out, hard top career with a shine. I got some time, they ain't nothing, I get better with time. Who got a flow in a live show better than mine? I got a packed house yelling, bring them out.
Detroit in the building. What up, though? Queens, New York, what's up?
boys yelling. Bring them out, put the back cage yelling. Bring them out,
mic check, 1, 2, 1, 2. You wanna be 15, what you gon' do? Who up on the scene when the 2 guns drew on you and your friend and play a little 2 on 2. If you do half of what I do, you'll be hitting the deck. I got a tool and a vest out to get some respect. I'ma make it hard for another sucker to flex. Show them this ain't a screw up or a sucker to test. Pimp, I too large, I'm way too fresh. Work well when
Long Island on the check-in.
You wanna be better, bring your best. Whoop standing, whoop standing, whoop standing.
We getting started in 4 minutes, day 2. Capital and Cashflow Summit. Big moguls in the building. Let's go, y'all.
Y'all gon' make me lose my mind. Up in here, up in here. Y'all gon' make me go all out. Up in here, up in here. Y'all gon' make me act a fool. Up in here, up in here. Y'all gon' make
Let's go.
me lose my cool. Up in here, up in here. I got the 1, 2. Meet me outside. Meet me outside. Meet me outside. Hold my meet me outside. Meet me outside. Meet me outside. Hold my big baller. Meet me outside. Meet me outside. Meet me outside. Hold my meet me outside. Meet me outside.
3 minutes, y'all. 3 minutes.
Meet me outside.
We gon' get this party started.
Getting ready to get into it, y'all. 3 minutes, 3 minutes. Start getting excited. Day 2 is here. Capital and Cashflow Summit. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. Let's go.
Come through in the minds of pride. Want it big like I live in the Taj Mahal. Talk and I don't get in the blah. That's why they love and that's real. Been the chick that they talk about. Damn is the words that come out their mouth. She look good always without a doubt. Ask for it, she back and cake and now. Come on.
All right, before we get started, I want y'all to start putting some fire emojis in the chat if you're fired up about day 2. If you're fired up about day 2 of Capital and Cashflow, I want you to start using that fire emoji right now in the chat. Let us know you excited. Let us know you ready to work. Let's go.
Watching while we wiggle around. Look at them drooling.
We got to get active in the chat. Big Mogul can't come out until we get active in the chat. Fire emojis in the chat. Not now, but right now. If you don't know what a fire emoji is, go ahead and type the word fire. It's time to go.
Waiting for me, wasn't ready for this. He got the game sold up. No, I'm talking about Swiss. So yeah, I know you wanna fight it, but why would you try? We got him shaking everything from the hood to Dubai.
We got my brother, Mr. Brooklyn Business, coming to the stage in 1 minute, y'all. Let's go, let's go. Fire emojis in the chat. Let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Get low, then pick up, get your hands in the air, it's a stick up, shake your tambourines, move it quicker, yeah, I'm shaking down the town, get the picture, how I'm moving on the floor.
Fire emojis in the chat. Let's go ahead and get started. With no further ado, we're gonna bring my good brother, Mr. Brooklyn Business, to the stage to set the tone for day 2, Capital and Cashflow Summit. More fire emojis in the chat. Brooklyn Business, let's go.
got something to prove, ain't nothing to lose. Big step for the culture, but it's not in the shoes. RIP to the banks, but it's not in the news. Charge it to the game, I'm paying my dues. Just follow the steps, it's success in the clues. Circulating the dollar, took a page from the Jews. Unifying our wealth, that's breaking their rules. My option flexible, so I'm able to move. I'm able to move, sit at a table or two. I was shaking the room, since it was space in the room. They want me to cook, look while I'm making the food. They talking credit, need a sweep, start waving the broom. Research on your own, just don't listen to me. No emotional ties, just the business you need. Financial pandemic, infinite banking the cure. Put $1 million in the bank, is only $250 insured. Just go and perform, I put my money on tour. I feel like Shakur, they hate when you walk through the door. You got that feeling, yeah, stepping up your business, yeah. Corner boy turn mailbox millionaire. American dream has turned into a nightmare. They using our people money, now we right here. Ahead of its time, yeah, I'm talking light years. No elevator, had to get there couple flight of stairs. You got insurance on your phone, insurance on your bike, got insurance on your whip, no insurance on your life. Taking back control and we gotta do it right. Said you wanna be the plug, then you gotta pay the price. Talking to the plug, then you make an investment. Mailbox millionaire banking is a secret weapon. The signal is strong, just gotta make the connection. But please don't miss it, what we witnessing truly a blessing. It's roots to the money, it don't make no exceptions. Wealth therapy, you ain't gotta pay for the session. The dealer understand what the customer practice. You got bad debt, homie, you hustling backwards. Interest on the wealth, that's not from under the mattress. Just run your race, don't matter who done it the fastest. Gotta speak in the way that people they able to learn. It's disrespectful what they give us for rate of return. Whole life without insurance dictating your terms. The bank's been robbing us, it's time for the tables to turn. If you've been dormant, then it's time to just stand on the throne. Gotta stand on the truth, no matter if you standing alone. Got insurance on your phone, insurance on your bike, got insurance on your whip, no insurance on your life. Taking back control and we gotta do it right. If you wanna be the plug, then you gotta pay the price. Coach Crew said we must protect our energy. The whole time we invested with the enemy. They get your chicken fried, no Kennedy. Been cooking the books, now we got a better recipe.
I want you to say death to the banks.
Death to the banks.
If you tired of being a cubicle thousandaire and you ready to be a mailbox millionaire, say death to the banks.
Death to the banks.
It's time for us to leverage our credit the right way and build wealth for ourselves and for our family.
Are we here for prosperity?
Yes.
No, I can't hear you. I said, are we here for wealth?
Yes.
Are we here for prosperity?
Yes.
Are we here to become the best versions of ourselves?
Yes.
See, they train us to think that OPM stands for other people money. But in reality, OPM stands for our people money that they leveraging right now to build wealth for themselves. See, we gotta go from owing our money to owning our money.
Yup.
We gotta go from being in debt to the banks to converting that debt into wealth and having the banks work for us.
Exactly.
See, before the banks passing, the banks controlled our dollar. They controlled our wealth. They told us what to do. But as of right now, all that is dead. See, I'm gonna show you how to bury your mortgage, how to bury your student loan, how to bury your credit card debt, how to bury your retirement account and build wealth at the same time with the new era of banking. Mailbox millionaire banking. It's life after debt. Rest in peace to the banks. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Rest in peace to the banks. Rest in peace to the bank. Listen, family, if you are ready to beat the bank at their own game, I want you to drop the casket emoji in the chat. If you are ready to beat the bank at their own game, I want you to drop the casket emoji in the chat. Let me see it. Drop the casket emoji in the chat. Let me see it. Thank you, Brandy. Thank you. Dr. Robinson, thank you. Ken, what's up? Anita. What's up, bro? How you feeling? Marquez, what's up? What's up? What's up? Thank you. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Listen, I'm Jamel, Mr. Brooklyn Business, and I am the finance god. I am the best in the world to teach you how to beat the bank, create accelerated debt-free family wealth, leveraging the bank's money. It's my personal banking strategy that I've created over the years called Mailbox Millionaire Banking. And before I get into tonight's information, which I promise to deliver on, I really want to just set the tone, right? So I want everybody to write in the chat, banking with life. Banking with life. Let me see it. Banking with life. Banking with life. Thank you, Marquez. What's up? Thank you, Apollo. Banking with life. Yes. Okay. So that's very important to understand, family, because I know we all know what life insurance is, right? Life insurance is a product. But the gap that we have is that we don't understand the process behind life insurance and why we use it as our primary bank account. So I'm going to get into that today. But before I get into my information, I always want to share my background because I value you guys' undivided attention. So if I could share my background and why I'm up here giving you this game, I want you to drop the year 2015 in the chat. Let me know. Let me see it. Do I got your permission? Do I have your permission? Thank you, family. Thank you. Okay, so 2015 is a while back, but back in 2015, I went to work for Bank of America. Why? Because I come from poverty. I come from struggle. I come from nothing. All I can remember growing up is thinking, why is this my circumstance? So early on, I had a burning desire to really understand how money worked so we could keep it. So I went into the banking industry and I made Bank of America my first mentor. See, the everyday person, why they go into the bank is because they need access to capital. But my why was different. See, I walked into the bank. Why? Because I needed access to information. See, now I'm in a different room, family. Now I'm not around people who don't know how money works. I'm not around people who haven't mastered their money. I'm not around people who haven't created cash flow. I'm around the senior vice president, the chairman, right? I'm being exposed to this high level game. And there's a reason why I'm telling you and I'm sharing that title with you because we're going to revisit that in my presentation. So I'm in that room being exposed to the business behind money because where I'm from, all we know is the emotions behind money. Drop relate in the chat, family. You can relate to the emotions of getting denied and you don't know why. Saying that you don't qualify, you don't know why. Saying that you don't have access to capital and they never told you why, right? You probably get a letter in the mail, like an abstract letter on why they denied you. Well, that's because we was never taught the business behind money, right? So family, how many of us feel like the money game is just rigged against you? Like no matter what you do, no matter how much money you make, or no matter what financial guru you saw growing up, that you still just over broke. Like you're not getting the results that they told you. How many of us can relate to that? If you can relate, drop relate. Let me see it. Let me thank you. Okay, listen. Well, I got news for y'all, family. You are not crazy, right? The money game is rigged against you. It's designed for you to fail. But I'm the game changer because I no longer work for the bank. I work for everybody in this room. So the reason why we love Mailbox Millionaire Banking so much is because I dedicated my life to being in the financial services industry. I went into the banking industry. I went into the insurance space. I'm a licensed financial advisor. So what I have done was when I was on the inside family, I was studying their playbook against us, but now I'm using their exact playbook against them so we can win the money game, right? So the first lie that they told us about money was OPM. So what do OPM stands for, family? Let me know. Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. What's up, Christina? Let me know in the chat. Other people's money. Oh, see. Now you're in the right room, right? Because the everyday professional, the everyday individual, you've been told that OPM stands for other people money. But what the banks told me is that OPM stands for our people money. So the bank's exact business model is this: they take our hard-earned income, our capital, to go create cash flow. I'm gonna say it again. The banks take our hard-earned income, our hard-earned capital to go create cash flow. Don't that sound familiar to y'all? See, the problem is that we was never taught the money game, right? Family, let me ask y'all a question. When's the last time your bank gave you a kickback from the capital that you use to fund your mortgage? When's the last time? When's the last time your bank gave you a kickback that they from the capital that you gave them to go create that credit card? When's the last time? So my next question is, why are you guys still banking with the bank? Let me know. Why are you still banking with the bank? Right? That's why I say it's death to the banks, because what we have to do, family, is that we got to kill the way that the banks have been conditioning us to manage our money, right? To give birth to a full and complete financial freedom, which is Mailbox Millionaire Banking. So if you are ready to put away the old broken way of banking, I want you to drop the casket emoji in the chat and we're going to get started. Let's go, fam. I'm excited. I'm excited. Okay, so let me share my screen. Okay, family. So drop a one in the chat if you can see my screen. Drop a one. Okay, family. So look, I gave you guys my story, my beginning, my genesis, right? But now I stand before you guys as the finance god. I'm a registered investment advisor. I'm a licensed financial professional. I have my Series 63, my Series 7. I have over a decade of finance experience. I'm a real estate investor, a real estate owner. I have $6 million of debt under management. And what that means is that I help everyday professionals convert their debt into wealth, and then we help them turn that wealth into cash flow, right? Because we all know that cash flow is king, right? Let me know in the chat. Cash flow is king, right? So listen, also, I've created over $200 million in family wealth, and I want to add another zero to that, okay, family? So now, one day, I always share this story that one day I was speaking to my mentor, right? And I was asking him, I said, how come people don't understand the value of banking with life insurance? How come people don't really see the economic benefits? And he said, it's simple, because if you don't understand the problem, then you would never appreciate the solution. And that's when it hit me. See, the problem, family, is that what if everything that you was told to be true about building wealth was a lie? That's the problem. So what if everything you was told to be true about building wealth over your life turned out to be a bald-faced lie? When would you want to know the truth? Let me know in the chat. When would you want to know the truth? When would you want to know the truth? Everything you was told to be. Yes, yesterday I like that immediately. ASAP, right? So if you know the truth hurts, right? So if y'all want the truth, drop truth in the chat. If y'all want the truth. Okay, listen, family, listen. How many of us have heard of Social Security Administration? Let me know in the chat. If you heard of it, drop yes. Social Security Administration, right? Can you tell me what is the function of the Social Security Administration? Let me know. What's the function of Social Security? What's the function? No wrong answers. No, I'm getting to it. No wrong answers. No wrong answers. Exactly. Robinson, take it. So we by force we have to contribute to Social Security, right? By force, that's non-negotiable, right? But what Social Security does is that they're supposed to be in charge of our retirement, our financial future, right? So what happened is that Social Security did an experiment where they followed 100 people over 40 years of working. So look, so over 40 years of working, they came to the assumption that over 40 years of working, out of 100 people, 36 will be dead before they able to retire. Out of 100 people, they came to the conclusion that 54 people will be broke. Out of every 100 people, only five will need to continue to work to even maintain their lifestyle. 4 out of 100 will actually be financially secure, which is basically living within your means. You're not living abundantly, right? But only 1 will be wealthy. So 1 out of 100 will be wealthy. So me being a financial advisor, but I'm having a unique approach, I wanted to do a further case study, right? So I said, okay, let me see what the problem is, right? What's going on? So I looked at the numbers and I said 1 out of 100. So what's 1 out of 100 as a percentage, family? Let me know. 1%, right? So this is the problem right here. See, we are tricked to believe that we got to seek after 1% information. But the 1% information is the reason why we have a 99% failure rate, because we don't get the exact full blueprint. And that's the actual problem. See, that's why I don't call my information 1% information, because I pride myself on giving you the full picture, the 100% blueprint. I want to give you 100% information. And that's why it's so powerful. So now, what we got to do to increase our odds of succeeding, retiring rich, or getting to financial freedom faster and living a life that we want and really becoming wealthy, we got to go in a transformation. So we got to stop thinking like a cubicle thousandaire and following the bank's plan and start adapting the mentality and the mindset and what we do as mailbox millionaires. Okay, family? So here's the transformation. So the transformation is this. So this is what the everyday person, the average cubicle thousandaire do, right? The first thing they do when you graduate with student loan debt that you can't get rid of, right? Then they tell you to get that dead-end job. How long do they tell you that you should be working before you should want to retire? Let me know in the chat. How long do they tell you you should be working before you retire? 40 years! 40 years! So we got a 40-year sentence. They want us to work with somebody else for 40 years. But then if you look deeper, right, when you get that career job, right, when you get those golden handcuffs, right, the next thing they do after they top your time is that they tell you to put your money in a qualified plan. Family, do you know what that's code word for? Do you know what a code word is in the finance space for a qualified plan? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. What is a qualified plan code word for in the financial space? It's going to shock you. It's going to shock you. No, not a 401k. Not that. That's a tax code. Not a 401k. What? No, no, no. They call it prison for your money. So when you sign up for that 40-year sentence with your time with your employer, you now give your hard-earned money a 40-year sentence as well. Because you cannot get your money out until you're 65 years, 59 and a half years old, sometimes 65, right? Without penalty. They call that prison for your money. And that's the first place they tell you to put your money, right? Somewhere where you cannot have access to. But we all here. Why? Because we know the value of what? Access to capital. But the very first thing they tell us to do is to lock our money up away for 40 years. Come on now, family. Now they want us to not know about credit. And if we ever have some type of credit, they want us to leverage it to go into bad debt, right? They don't want us to know the power of debt and to create cash flow. They don't want that, right? They don't want us to own any assets. And most importantly, they don't want us to have any mentorship. Listen, family, let me tell you a story. I was just thinking about this a couple of days ago. So my grandfather, my dad's dad, he's one generation. You know, he passed away prematurely and he wasn't able to pass down any wealth. My dad, right, passed away prematurely as well. Didn't pass down any wealth again. So now the generation is myself, Big Mogul, Mindset Mogul, right? My brothers, right? Because we got in the right room, because we have mentorship, because we got the exact blueprint, do you know that we was able to create $30 million in family wealth in the last 5 years? So when you get the exact blueprint, the right blueprint, and you're around the right network of people, you can create wealth. But they don't want you to know that because they don't want you to learn from other people's experiences. They want you to learn life the expensive way, which is through your own actions, through your own trial and error, right? So now they want you to live check to check. They don't want you to have any type of discretionary income to go invest for cash flow, to do anything different. They want you to keep trading your time for money. Keep trading your time for money, right? And the last thing is the most powerful one, and that's why I got it last, because they want you to directly deposit your hard-earned income into a checking account. And what I'm going to tell you right now is the truth. The checking account is the worst financial product in bank history. I want you to think about that. Somebody probably never told you that, but I'm going to tell you right now. The checking account is the worst financial product in bank history, right? See, here's the thing. Me being on the inside, most people would think that they call it a checking account because you have checks attached to it. But the real reason why they call it a checking account is because it's designed for your income to check in and then check right back out. It's not designed to work for you. It's not designed to accumulate wealth. So now we got to understand that and learn the game. And then we got to start transforming the way we manage our cash flow, right? And become a mailbox millionaire. So what we do is that we buy cash flow that's already existing, right? We leverage and own debt for wealth creation. See, our debt is different. See, somebody else's debt might be on, monthly payments, high interest, and they're obligated to pay. Oh, this is going to ruin their credit score. Our debt is that we're not obligated to make a payment. And actually, we don't have to make a payment until we die. So our debt is a little bit different. See, we're not in debt, we own debt, right? So now what we do is We own assets. We have a financial planner like myself that's giving you insight on your wealth structure so you can know the blind spots. Because nobody's going to tell you how to see things that's costing you money without you understanding it, right? The next thing is that you want to have a mentor. You want to have a coach. The best thing in life is to learn from somebody else's mistakes. Simply put, see, we always thinking that life is the best teacher. No, life is not the best teacher. A mentor is the best teacher, right? So what we do is that everything that we build up when it comes to wealth, the function behind it is Mailbox Millionaire Banking 101 and 102, all right? So banking. So family, let me know in the chat, what's the definition of banking? Let me know. What's the definition of banking? Thank you, Dr. Gwen. I see it. Check in and check out. I like that. I like that. What's the definition of banking? What's the definition? Manage your funds. Let's go, Kyron. What's up? Yeah. Tell us. Okay, so don't you find it a little bit odd that we all have bank accounts, but nobody really understands what banking really means? Because they're not telling you what it. See, what the banks tell you to do is that when they tell you to do something totally different from what they actually do. Right? I'm gonna break this down. So what is banking? Banking is the management of cash flow. The first question you want to ask yourself is, where is my cash flow going? How many of us have filed taxes and they said you made X amount of dollars, you made six figures, but when you check your bank account, it says zero or it's overdrawn or something? How many of us can relate? Drop relate in the chat. Let's be real here. See, that's a question you got to ask yourself. Where is my money going? Right? The next one is that, where is my money located? See, our default framework for our money is opening up a checking account. We never actually interviewed this bank on why I should keep my hard-earned income, my hard-earned capital with your bank. Right? Are you going to give me any type of economic value? That's another question. Where is it located and why is it located there? Right? Who's it working for? These are three simple questions, but the banking industry is worth over $30 trillion. So what I'm telling you, family, is that if you're able to answer these three questions successfully, you have now a $30 trillion blueprint. And they don't want to tell you that because guess what? Banking will never go out of style. I'm gonna tell you this story. So I was driving around my local city the other day, and I was like looking at my the branch I used to work for at Bank of America, and this was over a decade ago. So I drive past that mall every day, and I see different like telephone stores that's that went out of business, more other businesses that's open up, just different. Everything is changing over the last decade plus, but the Bank of America is still there. And that's when it hit me, was like, wow. See, everything changed, but the one constant, the one thing that they would never go out of style is having access to capital. Having access to capital, being able to manage cash flow. It's the truth, right? So I'm gonna get into one mastermind banking principle that we're gonna teach, right? And it's called velocity of money. Right? And that basically means how many times does your dollar work for you? Okay? Follow me, family. We're gonna break this down. See, in the aging community, their dollar worked for them for 30 days. Right? Circulating in their community, what? Doing what? Building up hospitals, building up schools, and also building up businesses that create cash flow. See, the end result always cash flow. Now, the Jewish community, what they do the same exact thing. They have their own restaurants, their own hospitals, their own transportation, and then they go on and acquiring apartment buildings, houses in our neighborhood and getting rental income, rental cash flow. Their money's working for them in their community for 20 days. But the Black and brown community, our money is circulating in our neighborhoods for 6 hours, family. 6 hours. So what does this tell you about money? What does this tell you about wealth management? What does it tell you? No wrong answers. What does this tell you about the principle behind managing your money? No wrong answers, family. It's being kept from us. It's a mindset, okay, but One thing is, how long are you keeping your money? How much time is your money working for you? Like time, actually. I'm gonna break this down for you, right? So let me share my screen. Can y'all see my other screen or no? Let me know. I can't see it. I can see it. Okay, I can't see it. All right, y'all see it. We good though. All right. So, who is your money working for? So, when we work for our hard-earned income, who gets paid first, family? Who gets paid first? Who gets paid first? Yeah, we should, but who gets paid first? The government, the IRS, right? Uncle Sam. So we're gonna say IRS. Who's next in line for our hard-earned income? Who's next in line? Social Security. I left them off the list for now. I call them. I consider them the government as well too. Who else? No. Okay. Besides that, family. All right, we're gonna say a qualified plan, like stock market, right? Right. So we're gonna say this. We're gonna say what's that one? Edward Jones. Let's just put Edward Jones. All right. Now, who gets paid third? Who's in third place? Who's in third place? Who's in third place? Thank you. I believe JP Morgan. JP Morgan. Right? Who's fourth? Who's fourth? Who is fourth? Who's in fourth place? Who's in fourth place? All right, right here. Your friends and your family. I'm gonna put F and F. Your friends, your family, your lifestyle, right? Now, the last place is you. Right? So this is where the game gets deeper, right? So the IRS takes control of our hard-earned money first. But how long do the IRS normally hold our money? Let me know. If you are a W-2 employee, how long do the IRS hold your money before you get a refund? If you get a refund. 1 year. Okay? Now, Edward Jones, which is the stock market, a qualified plan. How long do Edward Jones, Charles Schwab hold your money before you're able to use it? How long? 40 years. Exactly. 40 years. So what about your bank? How long do your bank normally hold your money? How long have you been banking with your bank for? How long? Just long, but via direct deposit. Your lifetime. Lifetime. Right? And also your friends and families, your lifetime too. So the amount of time that you have your money working for you is very important. They're not going to tell you. There's a reason why Uncle Sam and the government wanted to hold your money, right? There's a reason why Charles Schwab said that you're not supposed to use your money until 40 years, right? They want your money sitting. They don't want you to do anything with your money. They want your money to be sitting. That's not how you build wealth, right? So the next thing is, what banking process do the IRS use to control your capital? Let me know in the chat. What cash flow management banking system do the IRS use to control your capital? All right, exactly. Taxes. 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 What about Edward Jones? Qualified plan. Let me just put QP, right? JP Morgan, direct deposit. Direct deposit, right? Your friends and your family, they use your emotions on you to take advantage of you, right? But the thing is that this is why I'm saying this. This is my point. All these major entities have a way of controlling your money. So that's why mobile millionaire banking is important because we need to have our own banking process to control our money. We gotta fight back, right? So here's what I'm gonna do. Let me see if I can unshare my screen. Okay, family. So listen. So this is mailbox millionaire banking by definition, because I know it's a new topic, it's a new concept, but this is the power behind it. So mailbox millionaire banking is the new era of banking. It's banking for entrepreneurs and investors, right? It's people that value the control over their capital, right? It's a banking process to have our money work for us first, 24/7, 365. If the government could hold our money for 12 months and not even give us a refund because it's not even guaranteed because they won't even tell you if you overpaid in taxes, that's another conversation, right? Charles Schwab, a qualified plan, could hold your money for 40 years and then they can tell you when to take it out. They can force you to do it. That's a whole other conversation, right? Then, JP Morgan, direct deposit, they got IRAs. These are all ways that they use your money and keep your money sitting. So mailbox millionaire banking is that we're taking the same playbook, but we're using it for ourselves to build wealth. So we want our money to work for us to do three powerful things, family. Very simple. We want it to, one, increase our cash flow, right? Because cash flow is king. We want to convert consumer debt into wealth and then convert that wealth into more cash flow. And we want to build wealth that the IRS can't touch. That's what mailbox millionaire banking is. It's banking for entrepreneurs and investors. So I want to make sure that we actually define what mailbox millionaire banking is, right? So let me see. So fractional reserve lending. Fractional reserve lending is the banking process that the banks use to create cash flow with our hard-earned capital, our hard-earned money, right? So what fractional lending is basically saying that the banks are authorized and they can legally do this. They can take your hard-earned deposits and they can lend up to 90% of your hard-earned deposits and create cash flow, right? So on average, the banks make up to 9 times the amount in revenue and income than what you put in deposit. So normally, if you put in $10,000, normally in a year's time frame, the bank probably made $90,000 off of your $10,000. So this is how wealth is actually created, right? And let me just go into this a little bit more, right? I only want to show y'all why following a bank's playbook is so important. Y'all follow in the chat, y'all follow me. I know I'm giving a lot of game. Y'all follow me? Let me know, family. Y'all follow me? So this is how the banks control our capital, right? So let's say that the banks they give us 1% to control our money, and we all know that it's less than that, right? But let's say now that what they do is that they create cash flow with a mortgage, let's say credit cards, etc. Right? And let's say on average they get a 9% return. What kind of return is that, family? If they are giving you not 1%, but they are getting a 9% return. What kind of return is that? What kind of return? Okay, I like it. So look, it's really an 800% return. Because all they are, think about it, family, the same thing we want to do, right? We want to leverage capital to go create cash flow. So all they're doing is that they're leveraging your hard-earned income that you're working for and giving you 1%. So they're all in at 1%. So they're gonna actually lend out your money and get an average rate of 9%. So that's an 800% return. That's only with one client. How many clients do the bank have? So here's what I'm telling you, family. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. The banking, we are in the banking industry, whether we know it or not, right? The banking industry is the most profitable business model you could be in. We are all in it, whether we think we're just doing real estate, we all have the ability to manage our banking functions, right? But they would never tell you because it's really so much riches in financing. Why do you think that a lot of car dealerships they went away from paying cash? Because finance is where it's at, right? So now, fractional reserve lending continue. So this is what fractional reserve lending is on a simple scale. So let's say you have a customer and they worked hard, saved up $10,000, was very disciplined. Now, the average interest rate for a savings account, not a high yield saving, is actually 0.22%. So what you're going to do is that you're going to sign up for that savings account. You're going to be okay with those terms. I don't know why, right? But then you're going to leave. You're going to come back. You're going to get a credit card. They're going to take your money that you just gave them and they're going to lend it back to you. And they're going to charge you 22%. Not 0.22%, they're going to charge you 22%, right? So in total, what they're going to be getting back from you once you pay everything back is $10,989, and they're going to do it again. Now, most importantly, now you got to actually, if you ever was to get interest income, you have to report that to Uncle Sam. So you're not even getting $22 off of your $10,000 because Uncle Sam going to want his cut. So if you're a high earner, you making over six figures, probably your tax bracket is 30%. You got to pay Uncle Sam that. And there's a silent wealth killer that I want to get into a little bit later. I'm not going to talk about it right now. Right? So now, this is why the banks are so profitable right here. I'm going to show you something. So let's say most people, when we actually leverage capital from the banks, we don't pay them back, right? The last slide was under the assumption that we pay them back in a year. But most of us don't pay them back. So what the banks do is that they smart. But they're going to tell you, you don't got to pay me back. All you got to do is make the minimum payment. Just make that minimum payment and you're good to go. So they know this. This is what they know. They know that cash flow is king, right? They know that it's not just about having access to capital. Cash flow is how you really build wealth. So $9,000 credit limit, right? A 22% interest rate, right? Let's say that the minimum payment is $200 per month. What they don't tell you is the cash flow value. See this number right here. Total interest value is sheer cash flow that the banks is getting from money from a product that they actually created from your hard-earned income, from your hard-earned capital. $14,000. So the banks is doing exactly the same thing that we're learning in this summit. We're taking capital, controlling capital, but most importantly, we need to create cash flow. A lot of us, we don't understand how to create cash flow, but that's why you're here today, right? So what we do is this: mailbox millionaire banking. So let's say you're able to get business credit at a 0% interest rate. We do not keep it in a regular bank account, right? What we do is that we create our own bank, our own family bank, leveraging life insurance, right? So let's say we get $100,000 and at 0%. We put the money inside a life insurance policy. On average, you get probably a 7% rate of return, a capital equivalent. Why? Because it's tax free. And I'm going to go into that a little bit later. But automatically, what I love the most about it, because I'm a big component of family wealth, is that automatically my estate is worth $3.5 million. So as soon as I put the money inside the policy, I'm already worth $3.5 million. Now, if I'm doing the same thing that the banks do, which is have my money compound and work for me over 40 years, I now create $1.6 million in wealth that I can control, right, and leverage. And I'm getting a 7% return. And that's only one part, right? The average person will probably stop at that point because that's powerful in itself. But what we do is that we take it further. What we do is that now, since we secure our wealth, our own bank, what you can do now is literally get a loan from the insurance company. The insurance company will give you a loan, right? One thing I love about the loans from insurance companies is that it's always a significantly lower rate. Whatever it is. So let's say, for example, your market rate for the banks is about 7%. You probably can get a loan from an insurance company around 2.5%. 2.5%, right? And then guess what? You don't even have to make a payment back. So all you got to do now is focus on acquiring an already existing cash flowing business, right? So let's say our flagship product that we love so much is self-storage, because why? It's a business where you could drive revenue and cash flow, but it all give you the wealth attributes long-term that real estate does. But you can get whatever type of business that you want to have. So now what we do is that now when we have cash flow coming in, and now all we're going to do is just use that cash flow to keep circulating our money to go do it again. So if you do this play the right way, you can literally create this strategy in about 6 months, right? And if you do this twice, now you're out of here. So building wealth is not complicated. You just got to know what exactly to do. Okay? So now my question, this is a true question, family. The next question I want to ask y'all, let me see, where's the okay, I want to ask y'all a question. What's the bank's most popular product? What's the bank's most popular banking product? What's the bank's most popular banking product? Checking account, CD, loans. See? See, they got us, they doing a, what you call that? You know, like, you know, when you're doing a fake out, they're doing a fake out, because I'm here to tell you that mortgage is not the most popular product. A savings account is not the most popular product. A checking account isn't either, right? What it is bank-owned life insurance. Right here. This is the proof. So you see right here, the first line, banks that have $20 billion in assets under management, 75% of them own bank-owned life insurance. This is their favorite product right here. See, the banks keep their tier one assets that they don't want to lose inside life insurance. They do not put their money inside a checking account. They don't put their money locked up in a CD account, right? So there's so many different reasons why they use life insurance, but the reason why is because we all have a common enemy, right? So family, drop in the chat. Who is our one common enemy to wealth building? Who is our one common enemy to wealth building? Exactly, the IRS. The IRS. So like we said before, family, most of us only know of the IRS code 401k or 403b, or that's what we know for, right? But they never tell you about the IRS code 7702, because 7702 means that if I have a 401k, that means that I'm working for the government, because all that's going to happen is that I got to pay taxes on that income at some point, right? But if I have my money in a tax shelter vehicle with the IRS code 7702, that means that the government worked for me. That means that Uncle Sam is paying me to go build wealth. So you got, it's a mindset shift. Okay, family? It's a mindset shift. Okay? So another reason why banks love bank-owned life insurance is because, like I said before, the chairman, the senior vice president, all the big time titles in the banking industry, they don't have regular qualified plans. They're not regular employees, right? Just like us, we're not regular individuals. So why would we sign up for a qualified plan just like everybody else? That don't make sense to me. But what they do is that they actually have their key employees, these key executives, what they do, instead of giving them a 401k, a qualified plan, they give them life insurance as a retirement plan. Why do you think that they give their money, the wealthy and their key executives life insurance as their retirement plan? Let me know. Let me know. Taxes, but what else? It's one difference. It's one big difference between a qualified plan and life insurance. Pay no taxes, but what else? I like that. Cash value. Brandy, let's go. Cash value. But what about the cash value? What about it? What about it? What about the cash value? What about the cash value? What about it? What about the cash value? No penalty. And you can access it immediately. Immediately. So everything that they do is strategic, because these people that actually drive revenue and they want to keep these key employees, why in the world would they tell them that they can't use their money, right? They want to keep them happy. The way that you keep somebody happy is giving them access to their capital when they need it. Right? It's simple, right? It's not that complicated. So here's what it is. So now, a lot of people, family, say that cash value life insurance is so expensive, right? How many of us was told that before? Like, I can't afford life insurance. I can't afford cash value life insurance. It's too expensive. So let me ask you a question, family. Which one is more expensive? Having your money in a savings account or having your money in a cash value life insurance policy? Which one you think is more expensive? So now y'all want to flip the script. All right, I see what it is. All right. That means that everybody should be having life insurance, right? So look, I want to break this down to y'all, right? So look, so a savings account versus cash value life insurance policy. Now, we all know that the banks know about cash value life insurance, but they're not in the business to help you build wealth. They're in the business of using your money as consumers and not partnership, right? Because when you have your money in a life insurance policy, especially if it's a dividend paying insurance company, you are now a partner in the life insurance company itself. That's why you get dividends. You're not a partner when you have your money in a bank account. You're not a partner when you have your money in a CD. You are now a partner in the profitability of the insurance company, right? That's something to think about, right? So now, savings account. The national savings account probably even lower than this or higher. Let's say average 0.22%, but inflation is 4%. That means you have a negative internal rate of return of 3.78. And also, you got to pay taxes on the money. And also, it's creditor liability. That means that if you're an entrepreneur, you get sued, you got your money in a savings account, they can freeze your account, garnish your savings, your liquidity. They can do a lot of things, right? But then if you have your money inside a cash value life insurance policy, you're gonna earn 40 to 60 times more than an average savings account, right? Also, if you put your money inside a life insurance policy with long-term performance, you can get an average of 10% rate of return. So if you consider inflation, it's 6%. It grows compounded tax-free anyway. And also, what I love about it so much is that it offers creditor protection. So if you are an entrepreneur, if you are a real estate investor, if you get into a situation where you get sued, they cannot use your money, the cash value of your policy as a part of your asset classes. No, it belongs to you and your family. It's protected by the IRS code. But here's what I really want to do. This is going to shock y'all. Like, this is why I love this strategy right here. Let me see, where is that? So this right here, family, it's called a time value of money financial calculator. What it does is that it don't look at your account. Like when we open up our bank account, all we do is just see the numbers on the screen. What this calculator does is that it factors in the value of your money over time. That's the true value of your dollar, the true buying power, the true spending power. So let's say this. Let's say we have our money in a savings account. And let's say, we don't start with anything, but by the end of the year, we put in $10,000. And let's say we do that for 40 years. Let's just see. Actually, let me do this. Let me see. Okay, so look, let's say we have a regular return, put our money in the savings account. If we put in $400,000, the future value of our money will be a little bit over $400,000. Big whoop, right? But when you factor in inflation, this is how valuable your money is after having your money inside of a savings account all your life. $200,000. So family, you actually put in $400,000 of hard-earned cash flow, but the value of it, the buying power, the spending power is $200,000 after 40 years. This is why I say that having your money in a savings account is expensive. Expensive, right? So let's go and let's say we have our money in a life insurance policy instead. And let's say we get a modest return over 40 years of 6%. $1.6 million, family. So which one is more expensive? Is it more expensive to keep your money in a savings account Or is it is it more expensive to have your money inside life insurance policy and pay the premiums that you're supposed to be paying? Which one? It's more expensive to have your money in a savings account. And I want you to understand this, that this is why wealth is created. And I want to break this down. So this is called a time value of money. And what you can see is that over time, 40 years, the difference between on the 200,000, right, and 1.6 million, what happens is that it compounds over time. That's why the gap is a one over a $1.2 million difference. But I want you to understand, family, that this is not just about money, because we got to understand the time value of our decisions. See, a lot of us, we thinking that, okay, I'm not ready for mentorship, or I'm not very ready to invest into myself at the highest level. But our consequence compounds over time. I've never seen a person that said, I should have waited for mentorship, or I should have waited to get a life insurance policy. And the thing about life is that when you actually make a wrong decision, your decision over time will tell you if it was a good decision or not, and it will keep compounding. So if you made a good decision when you was younger, the benefit of your decision is going to look even better over time. If you made a bad decision, the actions of your bad decision is going to compound and look worse over time. So this is just not about finances, family, right? Drop follow in the chat. You follow me, okay? I want to get back on track. Let's get back to the numbers. Okay, so look. Now, this is Mailbox Millionaire Banking 101. So a lot of us, this is about debt management. So a lot of us, we don't understand how to manage debt. Like the banks, they put us in debt, but never told us how to get out of it, right? So Mailbox Millionaire Banking 102 is about building wealth. But if your person is in debt, you got to figure out how to manage your debt and get out of debt so you can start building wealth, right? Mailbox Millionaire Banking offer multiple benefits, which is positive cash flow, build your credit, right? You could buy a house with a low net interest cost, right? This is all things you could do with leveraging life insurance. You could buy a car with low net interest costs. And I wish I had the time to break this down, but I can't. But you could start a business, right? You could eliminate bad debt, convert bad debt into wealth, right? You could pay off a mortgage in record time. You can increase your credit score can go up, because when you actually leverage a life insurance policy, the debt that you take out is not reported on your credit, and you actually don't have to pay it back. So now, this is what the banks want us to do when it comes to our debt. So amortization. The banks love amortization. So what's the root word in amortization, family? Let me know. What's the root word in amortization? I know I'm giving you a lot of game. We almost at the finish line. We almost death, right? So what that means is that if you do not know how to manage debt the right way, you're actually signing up for a debt pledge financially. So the product that they always love to give you is a loan. You ever thought how come the bank always want to give you a loan? Right? How come they always want to get? Because I'll tell you the truth. If you don't know, that's not the only product that the bank had. But the bank always want to give you a loan. They give you a mortgage, which is a loan, an amortized loan. They give you an auto loan. They give you a personal loan. They give you all types of loans, right? Why do you think that they love giving you a loan, right? So I'm gonna break this down. Let me break this down. Let me go back. I know this is a lot of information, but we're gonna get there, family. So listen, this is one of the things I love, right? And I'm gonna give you a gem that I was told by one of my mortgage lenders, and it was like, this is why I do what I do, right? So listen, let's say right here you have a mortgage over 30 years and it's $400,000. You have an interest rate of 6%, right? Let's say you have a monthly payment of $2,300. So look, let's go over to monthly schedule. So out of the $2,300 or $2,400, the interest that's going towards the bank is $2,000. This is sheer cash flow. This is the money that they are creating off of your capital. Sheer cash flow, right? So the first payment, only $398 is going towards principal. $398, right? And let's say you want to, I want to get out of debt, right? Because over time, you're probably going to pay 54% in interest. So you're going to pay back a total of like $800,000 because you got to pay back the regular principal, and now you're going to pay over $400,000 in interest. But why do the banks want to give you a loan? Let me know. Why do the banks don't tell you about any other product? It's a reason why. I want you to think for a second. Profit margins? Okay. So all right. So one thing about a loan is that if you make extra payments to that loan, can you get that money right back out? Let me know, family. Can you get that money right back out? No. So if you wanted to get that money out to do anything with that equity or that appreciation, what do you have to do now? New loan. We apply, refinance. And when you refinance, it comes with closing costs, right? That's why the banks would never give you, they only will push for a loan because loans and amortized loans are very much profitable to them because it's a lot of cost associated with it, right? But what we do is that we beat the banks, and that's why I love what I do because when I was talking to my mortgage expert about this, it blew my mind, right? He was like, listen, the reason why, he said, this is a product that I'm talking about. It's called the all-in-one loan. The all-in-one loan is a first lien position on your house, but it's not a loan. It's actually a line of credit, right? So I was, asking him like, man, this is a cool product, right? So I was asking him, how come, these banks coming out with these new type of products? He said, yeah, the reason why is because, back in the day, all they wanted to do was just get refinances so we can make more money. But now what we want to do is that we rather have the individual buy another house rather than refinance. So there's only certain lenders that will give you this line of credit. So these products are literally investor friendly. Because guess what? The most powerful thing when it comes to wealth building is access to capital. So if you are saving, you want to actually pay down your mortgage in record time to save interest, you're not penalized by doing so. So you can literally save freely, and any opportunity you have to create cash flow, you can just literally take it out the next day because it's available for you immediately. So when it comes to life insurance, it's not just about the product, it's about the principles behind it. And life insurance have all these principles, right? Because if you pay back the policy, you can use it again. You can use the dividend, right? You can keep using it. It's a revolving line of credit. But this right here is so powerful because if you're able to execute on this, you're able to get a cash value life insurance policy with access to your equity. If you do that, there's no reason why you're losing. There's no reason why you're losing. Right? So we almost there. So now, people say that cash value life insurance don't have any benefits. So I'm gonna tell you right here, cash value life insurance have so many different benefits. What cash value life insurance is a private and permanent account between you and the life insurance company. That means that no matter what, the life insurance company cannot deny you for a loan. They are guaranteed contractually to give you a loan, that's secured by your cash value that you don't have to pay back because it's collateralized by your death benefit, right? So you get control over your money, right? You get control access to capital. You don't have to wait till you're 60 years old, right? Diversification. You don't have to be concerned about the stock market, what's going on with the present election. Like you don't have to worry about that, right? It's really a private reserve account. Aggressive compounding interest. You can have a policy that's set up for more aggressive compounding interest long term if you want, or you can have a policy design that's set up for you to get earlier access to capital, right? You get tax-free growth. Now, everybody here, I'm assuming that everybody here want to be a multi-millionaire. Tax-free growth is like a wealthy person like love language. They love tax-free growth, right? They no market risk. You don't got to worry about what happens in the market. You got upside potential. You can use it for collateral funding, which a lot of times, part of the reason why sometimes we can't get to the closing table is because our debt service. But when you leverage life insurance, it's literally so much affordable debt that you can get to the closing table faster, right? Also, you got account loans, no interest. You got liquidity. You got tax-free debt benefit. You got terminal illness coverages, all from one product. So think about the economic value of a life insurance policy. So your $1, now you're giving your $1 multiple benefits, and now your money is working hard for you. And that's a definition of being wealthy, right? So now I want to show you guys some testimonies from clients because I want to show you that you can literally use your life insurance policy right now. So one person paid off their auto loan, right? Because they was in a high interest rate auto loan. They had their money sitting inside a life insurance policy, inside of a savings account. And what they did was that they reallocated it to a life insurance policy, borrowed the money, right? Paid off their car loan, and now they were able to recover around $1,000 per month because they no longer had a car payment. So what they was able to do was recover that money, and then now what she did was that she opened up 2 policies for her children. So now that money is now working for her and not Chase, not Bank of America, right? That's the power behind it. And now the money is still growing like she never touched it. Okay, family? So now this person right here, I was teaching him about how to manage his debt. So this is just in passing. So he told me that he was just doing the strategies that I told him to do, and literally he used it to pay off some debt, and his credit score went up 60 points, and he was able to get business funding. So you can use these strategies to get yourself over the hump. Sometimes this is the only thing that's really stopping you from getting to the next level, so you can really accelerate and go crazy, right? So last but not least, right? I had a client who literally put her money into a policy, borrowed the money out, and bought an already existing cash flowing business. So the money is there for you. See, the problem is that a lot of people, you go into the wrong agent, you go into the wrong person. It's not the company, it's not the actual product, it's the individual. If you go to the wrong individual, it can be one of the worst financial decisions you could ever make. Right? This is why it's somebody that, like myself, that's trusted, my team that's trusted, that will design the policies for your benefit and not the other way around. Right? So I know that I gave you high level information, but I want to break it down, right? Because in order for us to do the high level things, we actually have to execute on the simple ones. So we can do this very, very simple. If you are in love and you have a relative that's older, not too elderly, but if they're in good condition and they can pass a health exam for life insurance, what you can do is get a life insurance policy for $1 million. You can split the premium, and that's literally money that's going to guarantee to pay out. And what you're going to do is get $1 million tax free. This is what the wealthy has been doing. I want you to understand this, family. The Rockefellers, they aren't known for what they did to create income. What they're known for is what they did to preserve the wealth. So these are all wealth preservation strategies, right? So now what you want to do immediately, this is what I do. Anytime you have a relative that's born inside of your family, as soon as they have a social security card, you get a life insurance policy. I don't care if it's $50 a month, whatever you can afford. You have that money growing, compounding for them for their entire life. You have to do that. I'm telling you, this is how the wealthy get ahead. They have 2-3 decades of money compounding and growing. This is why that's why the wealth gap is so strong, because they are doing this immediately, right? And if you do this for a minimum of 5 generations, I guarantee you that the 5th generation will never forget you. I guarantee you that, right? Also, you want to get a trust set up. You don't want to just leave this to anybody, get a trust set up, okay? So now, what you want to do is that you always want to have 10 to 12 times your annual income on you at all times, especially if you have dependents, especially if you have young children that rely on your income. 10 to 12 times of your annual gross income at all times. Yes, if you can't afford it, but this is a goal for you to aspire to have. This is the gold standard right here. So these are all basic strategies that you can do. It's low barriers to entry. I know I gave a lot of high level strategies on what we do to create wealth and how we create a family wealth, but this is basically no excuse. You can do that, right? So it's debt to the banks. I'm Mr. Brooklyn Business, and I appreciate you guys for coming on and I love what I do, right? So I'm hoping that we really taking away that we can really control and build wealth on our own terms now. All right, family. So if anybody have any questions, I'm here.
Hold on.
I'm only sweating because it's hot here. That's all.
No, listen, it's super hot. You was cooking in the kitchen. So look,
I'm gonna unmute everybody, and if y'all feel like this was valuable information, if y'all feel like he lit it on fire for day 2, I need y'all to give him some love. I need y'all to make some noise. I need y'all to give some energy, y'all. Let's go. Let's go.
Mr.
That
BB.
was good.
That was
Woo!
awesome. Oh my
Appreciate the
goodness.
information.
You
Yes,
are
sir.
absolutely amazing.
Let's go, let's
I have
go.
never
Thank
seen
you.
anything like it.
Right. That's what I'm
Wonderful.
talking about.
So good.
Wonderful.
Wow.
Good work.
Bing
Real quick.
boy.
Yeah. Extremely, and I'm gonna let you go wipe your face with a towel, get a drink of water, because I know what it takes to stand up for hours and really be able to pour into our people and do it with love, do it with care, do it with passion. So I'm gonna let you take a little break, and we're gonna bring him back. I didn't get a chance to introduce him, right? So I hope some of y'all didn't think that was me. Yeah, who thought that was me? Yeah, that's not me. You know what I'm saying? So one of the things that I do take pride in is us being able to build family wealth. As I stated earlier, Mindset Mogul, Coach Crew, that is our older brother. And then we have Mr. Brooklyn Business, who is my twin brother. We are twin brothers. So we've been able to build this out, and everybody has mastered their skill set. As you see, Mindset Mogul, he's the best when it comes to leadership, when it comes to mindset development. When it comes to the cash flow, buying businesses, I am the go-to. And when we buy those businesses, I call up Mr. Brooklyn Business to Finance God ASAP, because I need to know what to do with this money to preserve it. And we was able to build this out, and I'm just grateful. And the reason why I'm sharing this because I always say this: some things can't be taught, they got to be caught. We could sit here and tell you a bunch of stuff. There's people online that'll tell you a bunch of stuff. You go on YouTube, and you could go on Instagram, and you could go on Facebook, but can they really live it in real time? Can they show you what they've been able to build? Can they show you the people that they've been able to put on? Can they have the real? Can I? Somebody put show me in the chat if I could just show y'all, because a lot of times, like, we think this stuff is not possible. And the only reason why I share it is because I know when I was coming up, I needed to see it first. I needed to see somebody pull up in the hood with a Rolls Royce, hopping out with a fresh suit on. And I'm like, yo, what does that guy do? Oh, he owned that property over there. He owned that building over there. He owned that business over there. Everyday person that you didn't even know. It gave me the motivation and said I could do the exact same thing. I could do the exact same thing, y'all. And I want each and every one of you to see something in one of us and know that you can do the exact same thing. And if you applied and you were approved to hear about how you can join us at the Mailbox Millionaire Boardroom, I need you to type approved in the chat. I need you to type approved in the chat. If you applied and you were approved to learn about how you can join us in the Mailbox Millionaire Boardroom, I need you to type approved in the chat, right? And I'm gonna show y'all some cool stuff, so stick with me. But I wanna make sure I make this very clear, and I wanna leave this with everybody before I get into the next version and the next session, right? I want everybody to think about this. What if I told you that the next version of yourself, what if I told you that the other side of success, what if I told you that the life that you want is sitting on the other side of one decision? Would you believe me? If I told you that the life that you want is sitting on the other side of one decision for you to stop doubting yourself, one decision for you to stop playing small, one decision for you to stop watching everybody else go out there and get in the game, but you sit on the sidelines and you just study and taking notes. No, it's time to get in the game by any means. So if you did not apply and you want an opportunity to apply, tonight is the last night, because tomorrow we will be having our call where we'll share the opportunity, and it will only be 20 spots available to join us in the Mailbox Millionaire Boardroom. So if you would like for us to drop the link and you want to apply, because if you do not apply, you won't even hear about the opportunity. So I need you to drop the link in the chat if you want me to drop the link to the application. For those of you that did not get a chance to apply, drop the link in the chat, right? I just want to make, because I won't drop it if we don't want it, I'm not going to drop it. Because the truth is this: most people are not broke because of the lack of opportunity. That's just a fact. It's so many opportunities out here. And when I say this, it may sound like not true, but it is. This is the most accessible. This is the easiest time that we've ever had to make millions of dollars and build wealth and or just become financially independent. You don't need to make millions to be financially independent. All you need is one good business that brings in enough money that covers your living expenses, and now you got your time at the very minimum. So you don't gotta have all of this wealth talk if you don't want it. You just want to live a comfortable life. But most people miss out on these opportunities because they never give themselves permission to evolve. They never give themselves permission to say, I deserve the life that I know that God has destined for me. So with that being said, I'm going to drop the link in the chat. And you can go out and you can go and apply. So team, drop the link in the chat. And for those of you that did not apply, there's an application. You go through it thoroughly. We will be reviewing it tonight, and then tomorrow you will hear from either myself or somebody on my team in regards to you being able to qualify to hear about the opportunity to join us at the Bellbox Millionaire Boardroom, which is our elite mentorship. And really, I don't even like to say mentorship because it's really partnership, because we truly put you in the game. This is not the place where you just sit and take notes. We actually put the systems in front of you. We make sure that you are actually out there speaking with sellers, brokers, and put opportunities in front of you so that you can execute. Like, you got to do the work. We could bring you to the water, but we can't make you drink it. Does that make sense? I want to make sure everybody understand that if you're going to be able to be a part of what we have at the highest level, you still have to show up and show up as your best self. All right? So check this out, right? So those of y'all said, show me real quick. So yesterday I showed y'all one policy. I'm going to show y'all a few more policies and kind of support what Mr. Brooklyn Business was talking about today. All right? So this is what I want to show y'all. And we're going to get into the Q&A shortly, so stick with me, all right? But this is what I want to show y'all really quick. So this right here is one of our policies. One of my policies. I showed y'all yesterday was 2.7 million. This is another one, is 1.5 million. For those of you that could see that number, that is the death benefit. So if anything happens to me and I expire, my family's going to get 1.5 million tax free. But I want y'all to look at this number right here. What's that number right here, y'all? For people that could see it. For those that got the glasses on, I got to highlight it because some people in the back can't see this, right? What's that number in the chat? What's that number in the chat? Thank you, CEO Brandon. That's $324,439.96. That is the cash value that is in this specific life insurance policy. Yesterday, I showed you the $200,000+ in a different one, and I'm about to show you some more. But guess what? This money I borrowed against my policy, and I was able to go out there and buy more businesses. So my money is working for me multiple times. See, if you go put your money in insurance and just let it sit on its own, that's not its highest and best use. You put the money in insurance so that's protected, tax-free growth, making money in your sleep, working for you harder than you work for it. And then you leverage it to go invest into a business that's going to give you 40% return on your money, 100% return on your money. And then you combine it and you have what is called infinite return. Somebody type infinite return in the chat. Infinite return. Y'all said, show me. I only want to show y'all this because, again, sometimes seeing is believing. So let's get into it. Let's get it. How y'all feeling so far? Y'all good? So this is just, and when we break this down, right, inside of our program, we have multiple policies for multiple reasons. It's not a one size fits all, right? So as you can see, look, it's another one. This is another one. I literally just logged in. I didn't log in like a couple of weeks ago, so this is one I just logged into, as you can see. Right, different policies. I can't show you account numbers and all that, but what I'm really trying to highlight to you is we need to understand the proper way to build wealth intentionally. If you are looking, I'm gonna just be honest. If you're looking for a get rich quick scheme, I'm not the guy for you. I'm not gonna sit here and say, look, we're gonna go make this money tomorrow and we're gonna be able to just sit back and print money. We ain't gotta do too much, press some buttons, you know what I'm saying? Get on a bunch of calls. That's not me. But if you're somebody that's willing to follow a process, stay disciplined in that process, and do the work long enough to outlast the learning curve so you can see it end result in something that's gonna be tangible, something that's gonna be sustainable for your last name. I want everybody to think about this. Tanja, imagine you having Meadows self-storage. Dr. Gwen, imagine having your last name self-storage, your last name mailbox franchise. Like, this is possible for us, but you got to believe it. Somebody type, I believe in the chat. If you truly believe that you can follow a process, you can follow a system, and you can be in an environment that's going to help you thrive. Because I'm a teacher skill. All the experts that I have around me, we're going to teach you the skill, but you have to have the will. That's something I can't teach you. That's something that you got to have. You got to have that burning desire to say, look, I am willing to do the work, coach. Just put me in the game, pass me the rock. I'm going to give you the play. But we got to go do the work. Are y'all with me? And I want to help those that want to help themselves. If you want to be lazy, if you want to be a skeptic, if you want to just still be in the same spot as you are now, this time next year, this is not the space for you. I'm just being honest. I only know how to be one way. But if you're somebody that got the heart and the desire, and I don't care what your credit score is, because it's not just about credit. We lean on credit as a crutch. You can buy businesses creatively. 80% of businesses that are sold are through seller financing. But we think we got to have a boatload of money. No, you just got to be creative enough to find the right motivated seller and structure the deal the right way that makes sense for everybody. I want to teach you that skill set because that's the skill set that's going to get you paid. I want to give you the system that's going to give you paid, get you paid. Are y'all with me? So what we do, just bringing it in full circle, right? This is the blueprint. We creatively position ourselves financially to go out there and get capital or creatively structure capital. That is why I had everybody do the leverage checklist. Why? Because a lot of us have gifts that we don't even realize. A lot of us have resources that we don't even realize. A lot of us have so many resources that we can tap into, but we don't even think about it. We only think of if I got the credit or if I don't, if I got the cash. No. There's so many ways that you can get it done, but you have to be creative enough and you have to understand leverage at the highest level. And I understand that. And I'm gonna break some of this down tomorrow. Tomorrow we got a jam-packed day. We got the leadership call. We got a special guest that's gonna be on the leadership call. And then tomorrow I'm gonna break down how to put all this in full from getting the funding, creatively structuring your financing, and then utilizing that financing and putting it into insurance, building your own bank, having your money work harder for you than you work for it, having your money create money babies, right? And then now you take that, leverage it, and go buy assets that have income already existing. We want to go buy money that's already there. Let's not start from scratch. And some of us may have passion projects. I love this. This was my dream, Mogul. I wanted to start this t-shirt business, because I had this great idea for like 10 years. Well, right now is not the time to go for the great idea. I'm just be honest with you. Right now is the time to go for the money. Let's go get the money. Let's go buy the business that's going to bring the money. And once you get your freedom, right? Once you get your independence, then we can talk about doing some passion projects. Does that make sense? That's just how I operate. Let's go get the profits. Then we can go focus on our passion, all right? Our purpose. And we can help more people because we operating out of a different space. So Mr. Brooklyn Business, where you at? Let's bring you back up and let's shift gears. Let's go to Q&A. Raise your virtual hand and it's going to be first come, first serve. You already know the drill at this point. And we are only on day 2, y'all. So some of us are probably thinking like, man, I don't even know what to ask. Who feel like, put me in the chat if you like, yo, I don't even know what to ask. All I know, this is just a lot. I know because I've been there, and yes, I get, animated and excited and passionate. That's truly me. I'm like this. in real life. You know what I mean? Everybody know me. I'm in real life. I'm like this, right? You meet me in person. I'm like this because I'm really that person. But I do this because a lot of us have so much potential. We have so much potential, but our potential dies because we are in an environment that's not conducive to our potential. There's a reason why only certain fruits, vegetables, different things only grow during certain seasons, because you need to be in the right environment to help water you, to help you grow. And we have students like, that have joined our program, and then they leave the program after a while because it ends, and then they come back to the program. They like, yo, I feel regular not being in the program. I feel crazy not being in the program, right? Because I can't be around people that don't operate on the same frequency. All right. So yes, stop the YouTube live, team. We're gonna shift gears to the Q&A. If you are on YouTube right now, if you want to be a part of the Q&A, upgrade to our Diamond or VIP. So drop the link on the YouTube really quick, team, and give it about maybe 2 minutes. If they want to upgrade on YouTube, they can upgrade, but then cut it off in 2 minutes, and we'll be directly focused on everyone here on this Zoom call. All right. We got our first team. Let's bring them up. CEO Mark, what's going on, champ?
There you go. Good evening, everybody. Man, you guys be... I don't even know what to say, but I had to ask this question for a while. So